insight enthusiasts. Here we go again, beginning an enthralling journey into the universe of live economic news. Today's journey digs into an interesting topic. China enters into deflation. What changes for the rest of the world? So grab your favorite beverage because we're going to uncover the delicate thread of how China's deflation might send shockwaves throughout the world. Section 1. China's economic landscape. Let us first light up the background of China's economic environment before diving into its ripple influence on the rest of the world. The Middle Kingdom, known for its rapid expansion, is now wrestling with the puzzling problem of deflation. This economic scenario occurs when the overall price level of products and services falls for a lengthy period, bringing in an age of unmatched adjustment. A tremendous symphony has risen in the music of China's economic story. Despite its unstoppable expansion, the country is struggling with the conflict of declining consumer demand and surplus capacity in certain industries. This complex backdrop has resulted in a setting in which preserving pricing equilibrium has become of crucial importance. Section 2. The global trade disruption effect. Consider an economic domino effect of unparalleled scale. As the famed factory of the world, China experiences fluctuations, and global trade dynamics are prepared to have significant effects. Consider a situation in which the price dynamics of Chinese goods alter as a result of deflation. On the one hand, the low prices of Chinese items may result in a bonanza for consumers globally. This powerful transition, on the other hand, might place unstoppable pressure on other exporting nations, requiring them to reset their strategic compasses to stay competitive in a new market environment. Section 3. Currency puzzle. We discover a complex financial dilemma, a complex relationship of values that transcends borders and resonates with the global economic symphony as we go deeper into the tunnel of deflation. Deflation in China, like a volcanic wave, might cause a fundamental realignment in currency dynamics. As the yuan falls in value, a chain reaction occurs, forcing other countries to explore similar measures to boost their export viability. This fragile dance of currency swings, which frequently results in an unstable balance of power, has the potential to turn into a full-fledged currency conflict, bringing in an eruption of instability inside the global financial structure. Section 4. Commodity crunch. When we shift our attention to the volatile world of commodities, we see a complicated network of interdependencies in which China's deflation sends waves across the global economy. Take a moment to consider the following. China, often seen as the ultimate behemoth in terms of commodity consumption, has the potential to trigger a chain of events throughout global markets. With deflation at its economic core, the never-ending demand for commodities may face an interruption, sending prices down. This suggests a worrying future, particularly for commodity exporting nations, potentially bringing in a time of economic hardship and perilous vulnerability. Section 5. Supply chain restructuring. Consider a world in fluctuation, an environment in which economic processes reshape the fundamental patterns of global supply chains. This is the curious aftermath of China's probable deflationary experiment. A waveform as the structure of deflation covers China's industrial landscape, spreading through the complex network of global supply networks. This revolutionary event raises an intriguing question. With Chinese goods adopting the role of affordability, what does this imply for manufacturers worldwide? The following days are booming with a chorus of reflection as corporations cope with the prospect of resetting their supply networks, perhaps causing disruptions and marking a period of reset. Section 6. Conundrums at central banks. Central banks, the genuine caretakers of economic stability, are negotiating a complex web of obstacles. As China is on the verge of deflation, the echoes of this phenomenon may be heard inside the hallowed corridors of global monetary organizations. Consider the complex dance of monetary policy. If China's deflationary epidemic spreads via international cracks, central banks throughout the world face a difficult challenge. Conventional economic correction instruments like interest rate manipulation may become insufficient in the face of this multidimensional issue, bringing in a new era of inventive monetary policies and an enduring search for economic equilibrium. Section 7. Debt Dilemmas. We go further into the maze of global economics to reveal a chapter filled with dread, the ghostly resonance of China's possible deflation on the tapestry of global debt. Consider the possibility that the strand of deflation has infiltrated China's economic world. The consequences go beyond borders, ringing in the heartbeats of financial markets. Corporations and the Chinese government are entangled in a web of financial responsibilities. The idea of repaying loans in an economic downturn raises the threat of financial instability, which might echo across the grand stage of global bond markets, leaving a lasting mark on investor mood. Section 8. The Growth Game. The story of economic progress, an evergreen narrative that defines nations' paths, appears as a vital canvas amid the backdrop of China's deflation. As the curtains fall on China's voyage through the hallways of deflation, an unexpected drama takes place in the domain of global economic development. China's lower desire for imports results in a symphony of reduced demand for exports from other countries. The chords that follow resound with the economic slowdown, casting shadows on the broad fabric of global economic expansion and driving nations to cross unknown seas in their pursuit of equilibrium. Section 9. Investor Insights. The fluctuations of deflationary tides produce a symphony of economic storylines joined with the complex details of investor reactions. The consequences of China's deflation go well beyond economic ideas, echoing into the very psychology of global financial markets. Imagine a scene in which a figure of uncertainty, an invisible but forceful force, remains as China's economy approaches deflation. The transitory symphony of market swings unfolds a story in which investors, driven by the caution principle, seek refuge within the refuge of low-risk assets. This earthquake shift reshapes investment landscapes, rewriting capital flow chapters, and navigating the ship of global economic fortunes into unfamiliar territory. And there, friends of economic conspiracy, we bring our voyage to a thrilling end. China's possible encounter with deflation is more than just a home story. It is a story that is unfolding across the broad fabric of the global economy. The complex interactions of commerce, currencies, supply networks, and investment resonate across seas and continents, leaving an everlasting stamp on the records of history. As we close this enthralling chapter, let us remember the traditional adage, "In unity, there is power." The deep connection of our global tapestry strengthens the idea that a seemingly isolated occurrence can cause ripples that touch the very core of our economic existence. Until we begin our next exciting trip at Live Economic News, we'd like to send out a strong invitation to stay educated, keep interested, and sail the ever-changing waters of the global economy with steadfast resolve.